Today's video is in partnership with BlockFi. If you are looking to stack your sats and earn a passive income paid in Bitcoin, go ahead and check BlockFi out. You can get up to 7.5% APY. The link for that is in the video description and within the pinned comment of this video. So today we're going to take a look at the general market sentiment. This is usually a live stream, but quite busy, so I'm going to just throw this up in a video format. What we're going to do is have a look at the price of Bitcoin, have a look where we could potentially go, and then we'll have a look at some of the majors like Ethereum and Polkadot, and we'll just run over some of the top assets that I'm holding. If you're new to this channel, then please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and let's crack on. So welcome, starting off with Bitcoin. As you can see, we are currently at $46,000, pretty much on the nose there. This red line is a $46,000 mark, and it is our current level of resistance. We've used this area a lot as support back here when we shot up to all-time highs, come down, retested it, all the way through, use it to support it, and then resistance. And this is the current level of resistance here. You can see how much resistance it is. If you're on the hourly time frame and zoom right in, look how strong this level is. It is literally clinging onto that for dear life. A little bit of uncertainty today with that news coming out of America of that bill that they're introducing, but let's see what goes on. If it's something bad does come out, let's have a look at some key levels that we could drop to. So I've got this level marked up first. This is $43,000. This has previously held up as a good area of liquidity and a nice area of support. That is now support. We've used it as support once before we pushed up to 46k. This blue line here, I've actually superimposed this. This is where I think the moving average 50 will go, because whenever I'm looking for long-term price action, if it's bullish, it will be trading above the 50 on the daily. When it's bearish, it'll be trading below the 50 on the daily. We're now back above it, and for me, I can see some price action like this potentially. If we do drop to a downside, that is a setup there. So if you're looking for potential areas to long, if we do a zoom right in, a couple of key levels that we should monitor. So we've got this region here at 43,400, and then a potential level all the way down here at 39,000. But if we just put this on terms of fib, from the bottom there to the top, this marries up nicely with that 618 golden ratio retracement. So there's a good chance that if we do reject from this area here, we could come down, test that 618, bang on that moving average 50, and then start to push on. That is a couple of areas which I think could be good areas for a long. Might not happen. I mean, we could always crush back down and come back below this and then start going down again, but I'm more in favour of an upside, to be honest. I think the general market has had 3 months of severe bearish manipulation. This, for me, I've mentioned it over on Learning Crypto, was a period of heavy manipulation where whales were getting in before the next major leg up. We have seen multi bull run cycles in the past. 2013 we saw 2 peaks. If you just take a look at the stock to flow model, it's not the most accurate indicator, but over the past, I mean, in the early days of Bitcoin, it's been doing well. So this was 2013 bull run here. We had 2 peaks. We had a peak in around April, which we've seen, and then we had a peak towards December, which I'm guessing we're going to see again. Back in 17 we just had 1 major spike, and that was up around December time. Then this is the next move here. We've had a bit of a rounded top. For me, that wasn't the top. I do believe that we're going to push up to around $110,000, $120,000, create a nice big spike before we do go into a bit of a bearish scenario. If it happens, who knows? I mean, crypto is still new. It might not follow history, so just be wary of that. But I mentioned a few buy zones there, anywhere from pretty much 43k down to 39, 40k. I think that could be a decent level. Areas that we need to look at targeting. I've got 51k marked up as quite a decent area. If we just box this out as well, 51k is around there. So if you look all the way through, we act as resistance here, support them, resistance again, support, and then resistance here. So for me, that is the next clinical area for Bitcoin to get to. We can still push up to that region and reject, obviously, because that's how the markets go. So if you look, if we do not come down to this area, then there's a good chance that we could break through and then reject off this 51k out and then come back down and start pushing on. So that's an area to potentially look at if you're looking for an entry into Bitcoin and you're still wary about this, because a lot of people seem to think it's going to do this. Hold your horses. If we do get up towards 51k and reject on there, I mean, you might get some orders filled down here, but I think if we do push up to 51k, that will be the ultimate signal that we are back into a bull run, and I think this Q4 is going to be significant for cryptocurrency. So that's my thoughts on Bitcoin so far. I'm still expecting Bitcoin to go on quite a decent run. If you look at the Bitcoin dominance, I mentioned this quite a few times, I'm still expecting Bitcoin to regain some market dominance. Currently the entire crypto market is valued at $1.9 trillion. Bitcoin holds less than 47% of that. I'm predicting that Bitcoin will regain some momentum and push up to 52% over the course of the next 6 to 7 weeks. Once that happens, I think it'll spin around and Bitcoin will then stagnate towards the top, allowing the majors and then low caps to run, ultimately bringing Bitcoin dominance down. I've got an arrow here, that's close to the bottom of the alt season we had in 2017, but I think things are different this time. I think there's a lot of solid alts out there. We've got Polkadot, we've got Zilliqa, we've got VeChain, we've got Reserve Rights, we've got massive projects out there, which I think over the course of this bull run will regain a lot of dominance on the market, and I think we will come down to around 20%. A major factor in that is the Ethereum dominance. Ethereum is still sitting at around 20% with double top tier. In the past, we've been up to 30%. It is now a deflationary asset. Ethereum is getting burnt every single day. In my opinion, I think we will push up to around 30 to 35%, maybe even higher. But it just depends on Bitcoin's dominance, doesn't it? If that drops down to 20, 30, Ethereum could match that, and who knows, the Ethereum market cap could match that of Bitcoin. But let's wait and see. Just want to mention a couple more things. Crypto Greed and Fear Index, 71 it's up to. Yesterday it was at 65, day before it was 77. Last month it was 20. That's crazy. Last month it was 20. We've flown up, and you could say a lot of people now are feeling a pain, especially the bears. They was expecting Bitcoin to come down to 20k around here, which was the previous all-time highs. I've seen calls of 12k down here, which in theory it is a great level. 12k is a solid level, and I can understand why people are saying that, but for me that would be such a significant move, and I think it would be a lot of teddies thrown if that came into force, and for me that would not show the adoption that we are seeing so far. So for me, I think 28k was the bottom, and now the only way is up. So BTC and Ethereum covered. Just want to have a look at Polkadot. This is currently at $20. All alts, so if you look at Polkadot, Zilliqa above the 50, VeChain above the 50, Reserve Rights above the 50. These are great long-term indications that we are in for a good run. So if you are looking to buy Polkadot, for me, anything under $20 is an absolute steal of a buy. I was lucky. I got mine at around $3 or $4. Rode it all the way up and rode it all the way down, but I'm not bothered about this. I'm in it for the long run. This is now, for me, the beginning of the next major parabolic run. We have got above this 50, and I think it's lights out, and I think it's going to be time to move on. Just a couple of scenarios if it does drop, and we're looking for some buys to get in. But this 318 level is close to that 50, and if you're looking for buys, potentially target them around here. Anywhere from $18 down to $17.41. I think that could be decent areas there before we do start to push on. So that's a couple of buy zones there. So anywhere from 18 down to 17.40 could be a decent region. Zilliqa, same scenario here. You could put wrong tool. You could zoom right in and look at buys pretty much within that 50 again there. So if you're looking for buys anywhere around $8.6 cents. This is just some quick fire analysis. What else shall we look at? VeChain, same scenario here. Looking for buys. Just have a zoom in. You could also look at buys around this region, around 9.4 cents. That's actually got above 10 cents now, and it's pretty much holding onto that nice level of support. So for me, all these alts are at great buying levels now. So just need to be wary of what happens with Bitcoin today. Again, we've rejected a 46k. That is what we need to keep his eye on. If that breaks 46k and flips that to support and targets 41k, and we can stay within this range here before the next leg up, then I think that'll be a great scenario and will set us up for his next major cycle. So that's going to do it. Just an update from me on Bitcoin and a few other majors and my thoughts on what the entire market's doing. That's going to do it for today's video. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.